everybody, it's Erica. I'm really excited today because I have a very special guest.
Hi everybody, my name is Anasteja. My pronouns are she, hers. I've been working with the Lush family since 2014 and I love it.
We're talking a little bit about beauty in transition. So what are some skincare and hair care needs for people who are in transition? So what hair care did you want to show us today?
Okay, your hair, okay. So today in hair care has got to be a soft spot for me. I love hair care, love weaves.
Yeah, you were saying you have working in hair care more directly now?
Yeah, I actually work with a company that deals with extensions, so we can help empower people who might not be able to grow those long lengths. We'd be able to supplement them with hair that is going to help them feel natural and beautiful and authentically them. Right. But a huge part of, even extensions is going to be your hair care and how you take care of your hair. And it becomes a little bit more of a very personal topic as well as a touchy subject when you're talking towards the transgender community, because you're not only dealing with something that is very individual, you're also dealing with something that can be agitated very easily. Some common symptoms of medical transition for trans folk are hair loss. A lot of trans men might be growing a lot of hair on their face and body, but they also might be losing hair from their actual head. Likewise, trans women might be genetically predisposed to male pattern baldness, and that will not be affected by hormones. So in order to make sure that you combat that, you want to make sure that you're armed and you know how to take care of your hair. So there's a very easy way that you can go about treating your hair. I very much so am an advocate of keeping it very simple. Base it always around your own hair needs. And if you aren't sure what your hair needs are, always consult with a professional. If you feel comfortable, go into a Lush store. I'm sure somebody there might be able to have the expertise to help you find the product that'll be right for your hair.
Or we can also do online consultations right now since we may not be able to get into a shop. So you can do it online. You can even call in.
Yeah, exactly. And reach out to them if you have questions about your hair type and what might be beneficial for your hair. And be open to the correspondence. They might have some questions about your daily life and how you take care of your hair, but it'll all be great to narrowing down the perfect ingredients specifically for your hair. So I'm going to keep this part really simple. The very first thing that we want to really look at is repairing hair. When you're in transition, you might be experimenting with your hair a lot, cutting it in different styles, different colors. This is your time to live your biggest fantasy. You've had many years you might not have been able to live out those fantasies, and now's your time. So go forth, experiment with everything that you want to under the sun, but also remember to take care of your hair so that you can continue to experiment, right? So one of my favorite shampoos is Cynthia Sylvia's Stout. Now this is a boozy blend of beer and cognac, and it's really great for repairing not only the scalp, but as well as the hair. Not only that, cognac is a really great conditioning and shine ingredient, and so is the lemon that's in here to really help seal in that cuticle and help add a shine. So if you're somebody who loves to experiment with your hair and you have frizzy or damaged hair, this will be fantastic for you, but it's also going to foster a really great environment for a healthy scalp to grow thick and healthy, beautiful hair. Then once you've gone ahead and shampooed your hair, it's very important to follow up with a conditioner. Now, a lot of misconception is that you only want to use a conditioner on the ends of your hair. This is true depending on the formulation. If you're using a formulation that has a lot of silicones in it, you'll want to concentrate that onto the hair. If you're using a more natural-based product without silicones, you want to use this onto the scalp as well. The reason why is because just like your face and your body, your pH is all out of whack on your scalp as well, and it's important to not only wash your scalp, but to condition your scalp as well. Something that I personally really love is Happy Happy Joy Joy. This is a fantastic way to condition your hair. It's got a lot of beautiful, really citrusy, buttery ingredients in here that are also going to really help add a shine. Plus, a lot of these ingredients are naturally known to be an uplifting property and create positivity surrounding sense of self. So it's a really great self-motivator, and it's also going to help create a good condition for your hair and scalp. Love this. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about for hair is called Jasmine Henna Fluff Ease, okay? This is probably one of the most underrated powerhouses in all of the hair care industry. And the reason why is because this is a huge, huge powerhouse of some staple ingredients in hair care. I don't understand why more professionals are not talking about this product in particular. A lot of people see the name henna and they want to run away. They think of henna, they think of dye, they think of pigment, and that just simply isn't the case. Just like you can use a rose or lavender plant in multiple facets and get different results from it, you can use henna in the same way. Henna is a great conditioning agent to help wrap around the hair cuticle itself, pulling the hair strand down and sealing those cuticles. A lot of the time when we have damaged hair, our cuticles end up shifting up, like tiles on a roof, and that allows more water and more porosity to go through the hair. So our hair is not going to be able to retain as much moisture, and it's also going to be a little bit more frizzy and untamed. So by using this, you're going to be able to reseal that cuticle, flatten that cuticle out again, so it's not only retaining all the moisture that you put into it from your shampoo and conditioner, but you're also going to reap the benefits of having stronger hair strands. The tensile rate of your hair will also improve from this because of the proteins that are in the henna-based plant. So really, really great thing if you are somebody who has thinning hair, you're experiencing hair loss from transition, or in general, you want a powerhouse work all mask that will do wonders for any hair type. Need.
I've just like re-fallen in love with that all of a sudden.
It's my favorite, and hands down, my staple hair care routine. I've tried every hair brand under the sun, and I've tried many different formulations, and I always go back to this one because it's the only formulations that really work very well, and they work across the board. You don't have to worry about it or do a guessing game. So if you're curious and you want a starting off point, this is great. This is a great way to start. If you need more moisture, you can always add moisture to your routine. If you need less moisture, you can take away moisture from your routine. But at the end of the day, this is a great staple hair care routine, and these products should be praised.
So besides hair care, I think I do see a couple little like extra things that we have over to the side. I definitely see a perfume over there. So what are we going to talk about now?
All right, I'm extra. I don't know about you, but today we're going to be extra together. I like to have all my bases covered, as I'm sure most of you like to. And often we always forget about things like oral hygiene, body facial hair, body odor, muscles changing. Like all these things are happening at rapid pace, but we forget about the little things, you know? So treating yourself should become something that is more of a necessity versus something that you take away as spoiling yourself. This isn't something that you are frivolously spending on. This is your transition, and this is things to make everyday life a little bit easier. So hopefully you don't look at these as just frivolous purchases, but you look at these as really good staples to incorporate into your life just to make general things a little bit more easy.
It's like a holistic investment in your transition.
Exactly. Because, you know, even though you might think something very vain of the outward, how you feel you look and how you love yourself and you take care of yourself and nurture yourself is exactly the same type of energy that we're going to give back into the world that we're in. So by making sure that we have that self-care routine to make sure that we're treating our bodies in the way that we know is going to be beneficial and enrich our lives for the better is always going to be great. Some things that I really, really love and would start to point out are things like massage bars. Now this one here is called Hottie, and Hottie is fantastic. Now these are really great because this kind of texture is going to be really good at helping press into the muscles and helping to loosen up the muscles. But also this has a stimulating ingredient like ginger in here, which is also going to help stimulate the muscles to relax. I know a lot of the time when we think about stimulation, we think about charging up or seizing up, but also just like the muscle spasms to a close, it also spasms to relax. So you want to use a stimulating ingredient to help ease the relaxation of the muscles and not just numb them. This is a really great way of making sure that at least once a week, you can make sure you give yourself a full body massage, promote that lymphatic drainage, which is something that's only going to help bring more positives to your life than not. As we're also probably fluctuating in weight and sizes, it's also a really great way of conditioning the skin to make sure that we're not developing any new scarring on the skin as well. Another part of that too is our oral care. You know, the next time we kiss someone, we want it to be outstanding, we want to feel magical. And sometimes using a regular toothpaste, while it can be great and have its own benefits, sometimes using really heavy chemical compounds like fluorides can be really dangerous and detrimental to a very sensitive mouth that's already going through a huge change of pH. So using things that are more natural are going to really help kind of create a more stable environment for the mouth. One of my favorite is this toothpaste jelly. It's called Strawberries and Clean. It smells so juicy. Your breath will smell so good. I can't even. It smells like strawberry, Jolly Ranchers, Jell-O, Kool-Aid mixed into one. And you need to brush your teeth with this every morning. Now, strawberries are naturally rich with vitamin C, which is a really, really key benefit into creating a healthy environment for your mouth. Back in the day when we were traveling overseas and we didn't have as much of a developed oral hygiene care, people actually used a lot of lemons, oranges, bergamot to suck on and chew on in order to maintain the health of their mouth. So adding citrus or some sort of vitamin C into your daily oral routine is not only going to be an interesting way of freshening your breath and giving you a new, untypical, not minty smell, it's also going to give you something to look forward to every morning, as well as create a healthy, fostered environment for your teeth to shine.
It's fantastic.
And then the very last thing I want to talk about is fragrance, okay? Fragrance can tell you a million things about something. It can tell you a million things about someone. Fragrance and smell is directly correlated to history, stories, memory, and it's a big part of who we are and how we express ourselves to the world without having any social cues. It's almost like silent language, like body language, right? When we enter into transition, sometimes it can be daunting because perfume is one of those industries that are so heavily gendered that you don't know whether or not you should be getting a cologne, a perfume, an eau de toilette. What does it all mean? Where do I start? Things are prescribed to being feminine if they're floral and sweet, or masculine if they're woodsy and clean, but that just simply isn't the constructs of the world that we live in our present day. That's not what we do anymore. That's not how we actually look at gender or gender construct as a modern day societal view. So when you're navigating and finding your new fragrance when you're in transition, you're going through a lot of these department stores, it can be very, very dysphoric to walk through there and see all these things and feel like you're categorized to a gender. Maybe you smell something that you absolutely love, but it's labeled for women, and you feel like you can't be a part of it because it disvalues your masculinity. So in order to be unprescriptive, that's what I love about Lush's fragrance in general. It's not a prescriptive fragrance line. Nothing in their line is feminine or masculine. None of the names are oriented to gear towards a specific demographic of men or women or non-binary people. It's open to interpretation, and the point is to make sure that you find a story that correlates with you. Now, one of the most beautiful scents that I personally came across was one called Rentless, okay? This beautiful, beautiful bottle right here is a mixture of patchouli and tonka. It's a very kind of woodsy, warm scent. It isn't sweet, it isn't very earthy, and it's not too woodsy. It's very gender neutral in that respect. It has no kind of connotation to it. It's very kind of a good way of staying neutral and staying centered for yourself and trying to navigate that identity without feeling prescribed to something. The patchouli is a really great way to help keep relaxing the mind and the soul, so that as you're going through your day, you can keep smelling that patchouli and really remember who you are and relax and stay at ease. But then you also have that sweet ingredient like tonka, which is just going to help create an ambiance of warmth, like a really warm hug that everybody needs. So, whether or not you are looking for a new fragrance and you don't know where to go, or maybe you just want to invest in something that is going to make you feel a little bit more in love with yourself every day, Rentless is a really great way to start. It's very unprescriptive, and it's a fantastic fragrance for anybody who's in transition.
That's great. But yeah, just the whole world of body sprays and perfumes is just really something to celebrate and embrace with becoming who you really are and who you really want to be. And also being able to experiment with it. Like some people do love to find their signature, this is me. And then other people, they'll change it as freely as they change their clothes. So being able to think not just who am I, but who am I today is also kind of exciting to think about.
Exactly. Exactly. And Lush does have multiple different versions of their perfumes. So you could start with the solid and start mixing those, and then move your way up to liquids and start mixing those once you've established what you feel belongs to your aura and your person. It's really, really a creative way of discovering your identity with a company that really cares.
I'm so grateful for your perspective on this. That was really eye-opening and completely fresh and new for me. So I'm really, really thankful for that.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me and allowing this platform to reach our community and really provide aid and ease to the everyday life. And not only just that, but help the transgender community connect to itself and each other a little bit closer. So thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for being a company that supports the transgender message.
And this is just like a fraction of the products that we offer, of course, and everybody's individual experience is going to be different. So again, talking to somebody, if it's like on an online chat or giving a phone call, once we're able to get into stores, which is happening more and more, it's actually like we're starting to see little trickles of stores opening, which is really exciting. That's your time to come in and talk to somebody and really find like the exact right thing for you, and then you're well on your way.
It's fantastic what you can learn about the ingredients that we have in the world and how to use them to our benefit.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the knowledge that you brought, especially like having that Lush background. I was just like, I just sit back and enjoy it. So I thank you so much.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.